Salem, Massachusetts. They're filled with this group of people. Disgusting, sinful, and evil. But enough about the Baptists. We're actually here to talk about witches. Okay, this has nothing to do with witchcraft, but this is one of those tall ships known as the French ship of Salem. This next creepy places of New England deals with the witch house. One of the last remaining buildings associated with the Salem Witch Trials. So I hope you learned something and hope you get creepy. Welcome to the witch house. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
Which house?
Witch house. This is the witch house, okay?
Which house?
This house. All right.
house?
Steve's just being a drunk because he was liquoring it up last night. So anyway, as you can see, they're doing a chimney restoration, and it doesn't open up till 10 o'clock. We're kind of here a little early. We might come back and give you a ruined inside. So the evil Jonathan Corwin, the sheriff who was in charge of the Salem Witch Trials, lived here. As far as that, it was built in 1642. However, he bought it in 1675, just before, but it was unfinished. And Jonathan Corwin was actually a wealthy Puritan. I mean, he was a spoiled little boy. And he was a sheriff. And then when the Salem Witch Trials began in 1692, after those little teenage girls went all crazy, he actually became the judge. And he's considered the evil. A lot of people in here will actually call him the evil Corwin, Sheriff Corwin, because he actually signed many of the death certificates for the people to be hanged. As you know, 19 people were hanged, and one person was pressed to death, Giles. I can't remember his first name, but Giles was an 80-year-old man who ironically testified against his wife, and she was hanged, and then he was pressed to death, and those were the only two couples that were executed together. And like I said, Giles, rumor has it that Giles actually cursed Salem and all the sheriffs of the town. And actually, if you one person has told us that if you go through history, that many of the sheriffs in this town either died or had to retire because of heart conditions. And if we understand, Corwin died 5 years later. I'm going to double check on that.
Giles Corey.
What was it?
Giles Corey.
Okay, his name was Giles Corey. Thank you, Steve. He's looking at his BlackBerry. See, look at. Steve is pimping out. Look at that BlackBerry. Oh my God. Here is the backside of the witch house. By the way, it should be noted that this is the only remaining house associated with the Salem Witch Trials. There's the jail, but like I said, I think this is the only house, and we're hoping to get in, but I'm not even sure. We're not even sure if it's even open. Let's check. Do 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 do. Steve looking aside. Well, we're inside the witch house, and look at this. This is the dining room area. This is going to be my dining room. And I should mention that he bought the house about the same time he married Elizabeth Gibbs. You know, like I said, he was a wealthy Puritan, and I did get the time right. It was 1675, but a lot of cool artifacts.
Family would have gone up there. Family got everything here. Fire was always going in this room. It was always
Yeah.
supposed to be this room.
This must be where they spin, make wool. Oh, look at the little baby. Boy, the babies were long, huh? Look, people, I can see all the way through. I'm not too worried about it, though. These places were made to last, unlike ones nowadays. I should mention that despite Jonathan Corwin being an asshole, he didn't know how to procreate. He had actually like 10 children, and I'm assuming this might be one of the bedrooms, either his bedroom or the kid's bedroom, or they might have shared it. I was just informed that this is the original building. The building actually moved. They had to move it because they were making an intersection. They moved it, the whole building, 35 feet. I'm assuming piece by piece. And they modernize it, and they're really trying to give the flavor. Of course, we can't cross this. Oh, look at it. That must have been for a chihuahua. Oh, but two of the children only he told me that two of the children only made it to adults because, well, the children mortality rate was around 40% at the time due to the disease such as smallpox and yellow fever. That's a shame. Is that him? Nope. That's just another guy, a relative. A lot of them, I should mention that the Corwin family does not own this property anymore. The city of Salem did. They sold it back in the 1800s. That's my fireplace. Hey, look, it's a view from the outside.
That's a view from the inside.
Whatever, Steve. By the way, that red line is known as the Heritage Trail. You kind of follow it and you get sort of like a history. Hey, look, it's a homeless person. So, the evil sheriff, Jonathan Corwin, died at the age of 77 in 1718. It would be interesting because some of the people say that he died 5 years later after Giles Corey cursed him, but apparently that's not true. You know how those things is. Legend and myth is mixed together. But he actually lived into this house until his death, and you know what? What a way to go. I think this house is wicked nice. I'm sure back then this is like considered like the Ritz type of place. Hey, here's another baby cradle. And
Children's bed.
children's bed.
And adult bed.
Adult beds. Yes, thank you for adding that. Thank you, Steve. Oh, it should also be duly noted that they do not allow flash photography. Pictures are okay. Probably because one thing we learned is the flashes coming out from the camera, the flashes will actually interact with some of the stuff. Of course, we can't touch it, by the way. With some of the stuff, and actually the flashes over time can actually cause it to fade. It's weird how technology is and stuff. Say hi, Steve. Dance.